Hey listeners, welcome back to the Dreadful Dialogue podcast where we chat about all things horror. I'm Alyse, and today I have with me Kristen. She is my most regular visitor that comes onto this podcast. But with that said, I have some very fun, interesting, exciting, brand new news. Kristen is going to officially be the co-host for the Dreadful Dialogue.
Woohoo!
Yeah! Cue the trumpets and the confetti. Dang, she's the
Fireworks.
musical one. Yeah, I mean, Kristen, I think we've done like at least five episodes
I think 7
together, maybe
actually.
more, maybe 7. I don't know.
Yeah.
I probably am
I
a
don't know.
terrible host. I should have looked that up officially, but she's been on the most episodes. We've just become great friends through this. We have every time she comes on, we have a great time. Listeners have said they really enjoy some of specific episodes that we've done together. Once Bitten is one that I get a lot of people that are like, oh my God, you two were so great. Who is that girl? So I'm just really happy that you're willing to join me in this journey of the podcast. So welcome.
Thank you. I'm super excited. I'm very honored you asked me. And yeah, I agree. We have a fun time together. So why not make it officially official?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she might occasionally miss an episode. Our format's not going to change. We're still going to cover things within the horror genre. I mean, we're still heavy on the movies. I'm still going to do interviews. Even when there's interviews and she can be in on those, she's going to be on those. But she will be like my main co-host. She is my official co-host at this point. With that said, Kristen's going to be, she picked the first movie that she wanted to do as the official co-host, and she's going to take the lead. So I'm going to let you get in the driver's seat, girl, while I sit in the passengers.
Oh, the pressure. My palms are sweating. So anyway, today we are going to cover the 1992 horror comedy Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yeah.
Yes.
So good. Yeah, so a little synopsis about this movie. It's a campy horror comedy about Buffy Summers, a popular Valley girl, high school cheerleader, who discovers she's been chosen as the latest in a long line of vampire slayers. Trained by her reluctant mentor, Merrick, Buffy must balance mall trips and social life with her destiny, stopping an ancient vampire named Lothos from wreaking havoc on her town. The film leans heavily into satire, blending teen comedy with supernatural action and tongue-in-cheek tone that later evolved into the much darker, more serialized and sensationalized TV series, Buffy.
Wow.
So when's the first time you saw this gem of a movie?
Oh, man. I was trying to remember it, and I can't recall. I either watched it on cable or maybe rented it. I mean, 1992, yeah, we were still... I think, right, we were still doing VHS in 1992. We weren't doing DVDs yet. It definitely wasn't streaming. So I did it one or the other. I know I didn't see it at the movie theater.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't remember my first vibes of it other than I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. I thought it was different. It gives me kind of vibes of Night of the Comet. Even when I was doing a rewatch, I know we asked about my first time, but now I'm thinking about something from the rewatch. And Paul, my husband that produces and does all the behind the scenes stuff, he was even like, hey, this is kind of like Clueless with vampires, but it's not quite like the humor's not out right in the forefront. It's kind of a different kind of comedy. It's definitely way campier.
Yes.
When did you first see it?
I definitely saw it like at home, probably rented it from Blockbuster. Like we did that a lot. Or not even Blockbuster. We went to like the lower chain, A to Z Video. Shout out to A to Z Video.
Oh, I've never heard of that. That must be an East Coast thing because I'm a West Coast girl.
Maybe it's an East Coast thing. I mean, they've been out of business for like 35 years. But anyway.
Yeah. We had Hollywood Video and Blockbuster were like our two major ones. And then like mom and pop stores, of course, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, we would rent movies a lot. My mom and I and my sister, we would watch stuff like this all the time. So it was I was probably 10, 11 watching this at home. Nice. You know, Luke Perry, hello.
Whoa.
He didn't do it for me. Like now, I'm like, eh. But when I was younger, I was like, oh, yeah.
And what's funny is he looks like an old guy. Like my mom would point that out to me because I was a huge Beverly Hills 90210 fan, and I thought he was so dreamy, and I would check him
Yeah.
out, and I'm wearing my flannel to kind of inspire like Luke Perry. I'm gonna call him Dylan out of habit, Dylan-esque
Dylan.
outfit.
Dylan McKay. I mean,
Yeah,
wasn't he like freaking 30 when he was on 90210? I mean,
I weren't all of them. I mean, wasn't
I
that a
think
90s
so.
trope of like
Yeah.
movies or in the 70s they look like in the 70s and like 80s movies they kind
Yeah.
of look like they were in their 40s. In the 90s they
Yeah.
looked more like they were in their 30s, and I don't know about the 2000s and current. I don't watch as much new stuff,
Right, right.
but yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I was checking him. I was still checking him out when he was older. He was on, oh my gosh, the Archie comic book series, the
Yeah,
dark version.
Riverdale. Riverdale.
Riverdale, yeah. I didn't watch
Mhm.
all of those, but I kind
Yeah.
of watched a few of them, and I was like, oh, he was like Archie's dad. I was like, I was still checking him out personally.
Right. I mean, this cast is really, really cool. I like it. We have Christy Swanson. She was such a big deal in the early 90s, and she was so freaking gorgeous, right?
Yes.
And when I was watching this, her voice is so relaxing. I don't know why I caught on to that now. I'm like, she has a really good voice, like speaking voice. We have Donald Sutherland. What a jam, right?
Yeah, yeah. The man, the
The
man.
man, he plays Merrick. Paul Reubens, rest in peace, Paul Reubens.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these are rest in peace. I think
Yeah,
Donald,
Donald,
Paul,
Luke,
Luke. Oh my
right?
goodness. Yeah.
Jeez. We have Rutger Hauer, which he looks like somebody else to me. And I should have Googled who he looked like before saying this.
I don't know, but they were not going for the hot older vampire
No.
trope. Like, I mean, we got that with Fright Night, with Once Bitten, Lauren
Yeah.
Hutton. I
Ooh.
didn't think that was an old.
Oh,
That
no.
was not a vampire I would be interested in. No.
As I claimed in Halloween 3, not a panty dropper.
And Tom Atkins isn't terrible. I
No,
wouldn't draw
no.
my panty for him, but I definitely would not be hollering at this guy.
No.
I don't know what they did with casting. They didn't play up the
Oof,
trope of like
no.
sexy older seductive vampire.
Yeah.
I can't even say the word. I can't even say seductive talking about this man. But I don't know what else he's been in. I mean, it's not to
No,
say he
not
was
a
a
clue.
terrible actor. I don't know what else he's in, but yeah.
Not a clue. And, here we're not a fact-based podcast. But anyway, we have David Arquette. Oh,
Yes.
I love him so much. And this is going to be weird, but I had a crush on this guy, this actor, when I was younger, Randall Batinkoff. He plays Buffy's boyfriend, Jeffrey. And I had a huge crush on him when I was a kid because I shouldn't have been watching it, but I watched one of the movies he was in called Four Keeps with Molly Ringwald when they're teen parents.
Oh, that's what he was in. I kept trying to remember and I didn't Google him.
Yes,
That's right. He's the guy that
yes.
gets Molly Ringwald pregnant in Four Keeps. It's an 80s.
They're in high school.
It's an 80s
Yes.
gem. Yeah.
So like him and the guy who played Jake Ryan in 16 Candles were like my quote unquote boyfriends when I was like 5.
Jake's my boy.
Dang, dude. So yeah, he's in this. And then we have, and I don't know if this was her first like film debut, Hilary Swank.
Yeah.
She plays one of Buffy's friends. So yeah, pretty cool cast. Did I miss anybody important? I don't think.
I didn't know all their other names. Like I know the one guy, he was in My Boyfriend's Back, but I didn't. I hate when teenage movies do that. There's so many characters you can't catch all their names. I know there was a guy from like he's the lead in My Boyfriend's Back. I don't know if you caught the uncredited scene of Ben Affleck.
Yes.
Did you see him in the basketball scene? And you can Google this, guys. There's a whole YouTube like interview, or it's like a short interview where somebody, I think it's Jimmy Kimmel, one of the late night guys is like, hey, I heard you were in, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and that he kept saying the line over and over because he's like, I only got one line, so I wanted to like nail it, and he was kind of improvising and trying to change his voice and do different things. He goes, and then when I go to watch it in the theater, he's like, they changed my voice, they like dubbed his voice and didn't even use it.
Poor Ben Affleck. Like that really ruined things for him though. Like, come on.
And Seth Green, I think, is in it. He's uncredited. And then I saw Slash on the IMDb. I'm like, I think he might have been the DJ.
Yes, DJ. Yeah, because I was going to say that guy looked like Slash, and then sure enough, it was.
Yeah. We have one of the guys from Dazed and Confused, Sasha Jensen. I think he plays Grueler, but
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Grueler. Yeah.
lot of, I'm sure we missed a lot. There's a lot of characters. Paris Vaughn, she's one of the friends. Before we get too into the movie, I want to play a little trivia with you real quick since we're talking about the
Okay.
cast.
Oh no.
Okay, since
Okay.
we're both 90210 fans, and I didn't use the internet. This is just based purely off of my memory. I found four of those actors who had been in 90210 in one way or another, whether they were a main character, one episode character, or a reoccurring character. Do you know who they are besides Luke Perry?
No, I didn't
You
pay
don't
attention.
know. Okay.
Yeah. Tell
David
me.
Arquette. He played
Well,
like a really bad guy in like either the first or second season named Diesel. So we have, of course, Luke Perry, David
yeah.
Arquette. The girl who plays her, one of Buffy's, Valley Girl friends,
The one with the long brown hair?
with the curly hair, not
Yeah, the
Hilary
curly.
Swank, the other,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
other
the other one.
blonde.
Yeah, yeah,
Her,
yeah.
she
Okay.
plays the bitchy girl again in like episode or season 2, maybe. She at the slumber party episode. Yes, I'm that
Did
hardcore.
you
I could do
just
a
watch this
90210
again
pod.
recently?
No, I could do a
That
90210
girl?
podcast. Okay,
Oh
and
my
then
god.
oh my god, who was the fourth one? I just lost my train of thought. So oh, and Hilary Swank.
Hilary Swank, yeah.
She's in
You
like the
know,
later seasons. She's like a main character. She's like the girlfriend, the Steve for like, and she's like in it for like a whole season, like actually
oh,
in the cast.
Steve. I did watch it a lot, but I it's so funny. I had like one of those old school TVs, where they have like the wood paneling
Mm-hmm.
in my room, and it was only in black and white. And here I am, like 9 years old, watching 90210, and then I would have to like hide it from my mom. And one time she walked in, she goes, "What are you watching? Don't you watch this garbage?" Like I got in so much trouble. Sorry,
My
mom.
mom
Love
watched it.
you.
My mom watched the first few seasons with me, first few seasons with me
Mm-hmm.
actually, and then she was like, "Yeah," she lost interest. I mean, it was
Yeah.
teenage stuff, and I wasn't old enough to be a teenager. I think I was probably 13 or 12. I think when it
Yeah.
started,
Yeah.
I think it started in '97. Anyway, so
Yeah.
that's
We were
all of our
young.
cast stuff.
That's so fun. Well, I have a fun fact, and I don't know if
Okay.
you know this, but Joss Whedon, he wrote this film, and he sold this film to the one and only Dolly Parton. And this was produced by her company, Sand
No
in the fall
way.
of 1991. Yeah, so production was limited to 5 weeks to accommodate Luke Perry's Beverly Hills 90210 filming schedule. And yeah, and you brought up Night of the Comet, and that's what inspired Joss Whedon to write this movie.
Shut up.
Bum, ba-da-dun. Yeah, no lie. No lie.
Oh yeah, because of like the Valley Girlness. That's why I like
Mm-hmm.
thought that it gave me those vibes. And like they're these two girls, like we're gonna go save the world, and we're gonna get weapons from the Los Alamitos Armory. Which shout out, that's where my reserve unit was. It's not even. I don't even think it's a reserve base anymore. Like the Valley Girlness. Oh, and Valley Girl reminded me of the movie Valley Girl. I love '80s movies. If
Yes,
that's
me
not
too.
coming through, so oh my gosh, that's great. So it does
Yeah.
make sense that it had those same vibes. Okay,
Right.
cool.
So, speaking of 90s movies, which we love, obviously, like, how does this compare to other 90s films, especially like ones that we've already covered too, like in the same genre? How does it compare? Your opinion?
I don't think it's as good as some of the other ones. I think I had trouble. I hadn't seen it in a long time, so I had to do a
Mhm.
rewatch. I think I had trouble understanding the humor initially. And again, Paul was kind of, look, this is like, they're kind of going for, it's not in your face comedy.
Right.
It's like over the top camp. And that should have made sense to me because the most epic scene that I remembered, of course, was when Paul Reubens' character dies and he's like, oh, and it was like, it's so silly that it's so silly. I don't know. I think I wouldn't put it as high as the other ones. I'm still like a bigger fan of Fright Night. I'm still like,
Okay.
wait, those are technically 80s, right? I'm like, what other 90s movies would I compare it to? But I think in like general of like the campy horror movies, it's not as high as the other ones, but I think they were trying to do something different. Like it was really coming off of the 80s, you're into the 90s, like mall culture is higher.
Mm-hmm.
They were playing up that whole Valley Girl, like
Right.
totally outrageous type. I can't even do. I'm from SoCal, and
Like, oh my God, like that's so outrageous. like
Yeah, I can't
totally.
even do it. I'm more hood California people. It hasn't come out on the pod as much, but I'm more of that kind of girl. I'm more like a more
Yeah.
street than like beachy and like I mean I like the beach and all that, but I'm not like
Mhm.
a valley girl. But yeah, I think that it was different. Like I said, I think Paul nailed it when he said this was kind of a good start for like something to pave the way for Clueless and for other 90s movies. She's all that, like those
Right.
tropes of like being from the opposite sides of the tracks. I mean, we'd already had that with other movies, but this embraced it even more. And we get that with Clueless. We get that with, of course, we got it with Valley Girl. We get it
Right.
we get it in other, that trope keeps us sticking around. She's all that again, like I said, where it's like,
Yeah.
they're two different types of, they're from different levels of popularity and maybe even social, not just like social, like socioeconomic status as well. Cause I
Right,
kind of got the
right.
vibe that like Buffy had more money than Pike did.
Oh, yeah,
So
totally,
so I
totally,
thought it
and
was I thought it was a cool way to kinda start. It was a cool movie for coming out in 1990 and kinda setting that tone.
yeah, I
Hopefully that all
agree.
made sense.
Yeah, totally, and I agree with you. I do enjoy this movie, I like it a lot. I wouldn't say it's my most favorite that we've covered in this specific horror comedy vampire genre. I would say Fright
Mhm.
Night is probably number 1 for me. This is
Yeah.
probably actually, maybe 2 for
Okay.
me. Buffy's
Yeah.
2. Speaking of Buffy, so in the beginning of the film, we were just talking about it. Total Valley girl. She's like super shallow. She's obsessed with her status, her popularity, her boyfriend, her friends. And then
Mhm.
she finds out from Merrick. Like, how creepy is that? Like, some random old guy just coming up to you like that.
Rolling around in a trench coat.
Right, right. But yeah, so, she meets him and she's just like, "What? You're crazy." So, how does like she evolve? Like, do you think like she evolves a lot during the film? Do you think she's still true to herself in the end? Has she learned any lessons?
I think she's still true to herself. I mean, I don't the whole thing seems like it feels like it takes place over like the course of a week almost. I think she
Right.
evolves in the sense that like she embraces that she is this like badass. And I think that's what I love about this is that
Mhm.
her man or becomes her man at the end, right? Not the skeezy guy she's with initially, but
My crush.
yeah. Yeah, your
my
crush when you
my
go from
kindergarten
creeps guy.
crush. Go, Kristen. Pick the
Yeah.
loser. Go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, it's just a character. It's not a real. You don't worry.
I
The real
know. I
actor, I'm
know.
sure, is a much nicer guy. But I think like Pike is into her. Like he's not intimidated. Like he's not upset that she's this badass that's like going around killing
Yeah.
vampires. So she does. I think she evolves in that she embraces it, but she's still like herself. She's still rocking like her white dance dress, but she's like, yeah, let me rock his leather jacket too. And so she
Yeah.
evolves in like embracing her badassness. But I think she's still a teenage girl, and I'm not mad at her about that.
No. I love that. She was like, "You know what? I'm a fashionista and I'm going to kill these fuckers." Like, I love that about her. And it starts off with like guys like, the male gaze, catcall and blah blah blah. But she really comes into this like femininity where you're like, yeah, you can be hot stuff and be a cheerleader and be kick-ass awesome. And I like that.
Yeah, and she kinda she keeps emphasizing that the whole time to Merrick, right? As he's
Yeah.
training her, she's like, "Oh, I have my key but I have a keen fashion sense, that's what makes me better."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And even damn, she uses her accessories, I guess, to
Mhm.
kill to take out the Lothos, right? You
Yeah.
think at first she's like, "Why is she getting her hair she's gonna get her hair sprout," and you're like, "Oh, duh." She's got the lighter and she uses it to set his hair on fire, so
Yeah.
she finds a way to, like, weave it into it, like, she can still have her pretty nails because she talks about, "Oh, I didn't even break a nail." She can still have her nails and still go slay as she's supposed to.
Yeah. And I feel like that really challenges like this stereotype. And we've seen that, like in Clueless and stuff where they really lean into it where with Buffy, she's more than one dimension, which is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So, how does now we briefly discuss Buffy the TV show with Sarah Michelle Gellar. So, how are these different, the movie versus the show? Do they have any similarities? I mean, I watched a little bit of the TV show, but nothing really stuck.
I don't know, because the same for me, girl. I almost
Yeah.
felt like we needed to put a disclaimer at the beginning. I'm like, I don't know about you, but I did not really watch the show. I watched it. I watched the first few seasons and then I just stopped watching it. I think I just like
Right.
adulthood. I had things going on. I was coming and going to my time in service. And when I was
Right.
gone, I didn't have TV. And so a lot of TV shows fell off. And it wasn't that I disliked it. I saw, and not, like you said, a lot of it didn't stick. So I don't know. I know
Yeah.
Seth Green was in both. I think he's the only person, but
Yeah.
granted, he
Yeah.
just played like an uncredited vampire in the movie. In the show, I really don't know enough to speak on that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think like my only takeaway is like this show comes off more dark and serious. And that's probably, I mean, that's not much. That's not very in depth, but that's my opinion. But I don't know. I kind of want to go watch a couple of seasons.
Yeah, I think she gets a few romantic interests, of course, but I think the show was like, I don't know how many seasons. It ran for a lot of seasons. So that
Yeah,
would also make sense,
7.
because I'm assuming she started in high school and went into adulthood, maybe college age, and that would happen, right? I don't
Yeah.
they don't high school sweetheart stuff doesn't usually work out. I
No.
spoiler alert. I mean, I don't think we have any high schoolers really listening to us, but
You
just so
never
you
know,
know.
right?
Yeah.
Speaking of high school, like how do you think the vampires come off as? Like, are they a metaphor to anything that's in Buffy's life? Like her social status and stuff? Do you think they were that clever to do something like that?
Wow, I hadn't thought about that. It could be. It's interesting though how like they all like they look different though when they become the vampires. They're less beautiful, like they're not pretty vampires. Their ears become like this weird shape.
Yeah, almost like an
Of course.
elf.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, what's with it? Like, I was like, why does nobody notice? I think his name is Grueler, the one at the basketball game that's like going around kicking butt on the court.
They're just like,
Um,
here's the ball, and he's like totally
Yeah, he's just
vampired
odd
out.
looking. Even at the dance, they're like the way that they're like, oh, but they say, oh, just don't invite him in and it's gonna be okay. And the one girl's, I invited him in because they're all seniors. And then they're like
Yeah.
hanging out at the door, like the way they're moving, it's like they become different people. So is
Mm-hmm.
that a metaphor for something? I don't
Like,
know. It could have to do with just like they almost got old timey to me, if that makes sense. Like they forgot about they kind of forgot about like their teenager ways, but then they were
mm-hmm.
also dancing too. So I don't know. I don't know. I can't come up with something concise for you on that.
The only thing I could come up with is like they conform. So these cliques like conform together, they feed off of each other, and like there's social pressures and peer pressures within each little grouping. So I kind of figured like maybe they were some kind of metaphor of like the toxic people that Buffy hangs out with, and maybe she should think about other things more than being popular.
Wow.
That was my
Okay.
takeaway, but maybe I had too much time on my
I'm
hands.
okay. I feel like I've been like listening, like, okay, school counselor, Kristen. You're not a school counselor. Like,
Well,
she's
I
over
do
here
go to
like, think
therapy,
about
but
well, yeah, I mean, we all do, right?
right?
And I feel like I'm like, okay, like for who she hangs out. Yeah, because her friends are toxic. Like the boyfriend ends up cheating on her and hooking up with the friend.
Yeah,
Like
with the
does breaks
friend.
up with her on the answering machine.
How that is like the equivalent of a text message.
I guess it's better than ghosting her technically, but already he
So
shows up at the
bad.
dance with her friend. The
Yeah.
bitchy girl from 90210. Okay, no, I shouldn't say that. She's different. She just plays that character. That
Like
actress just plays that character.
whatever,
Yeah.
Jeffrey, how dare you?
Yeah, like he's a scumbag. And not only is he scumbag, because he's letting his friend like he's letting his friend like he grope Buffy, which
Yes.
I love that she like flips him over and throws him. Yeah, her friends are all very vapid. They're like caught up.
Yeah.
They're not the most intelligent group of people when they're trying to figure out like something to have for their theme. And they're like the ozone layer. And I
Right.
think it actually was Buffy who says it. So she's vapid too. She's like, yeah, we need to get rid of that. I'm like, oh no, you don't get rid of
I
the
know.
ozone. We're trying to do the opposite. Like, yeah, they're
Right,
not the
right.
smartest group, and they're
No.
very vain and backstabby.
Yeah.
I mean that sort of
There's
stuff
there's
exists
no
today.
like true loyalty at all. They
No, and
turn
that's
on
what's
each other like that.
Yeah, and that's what's so cool about Pike and his friend Benny, right?
David
Benny,
Arquette.
David Arquette's character, like they're both like they kind of make fun of each other all the time, but they look out for each other. Even when he becomes a
Yeah.
vampire, he's like, "Oh, dude, like get out of here!" Like he doesn't try to stake him or anything. I love that. Like
No.
shout out to like Salem's Lot, the way he's floating in the window. He doesn't try to
Yeah.
stake him. It's just like, hey, if he comes around, get out of town. Like don't go near him. Like he's still like that's still my friend, but
Yeah.
he's a vampire now. Like I
Yeah.
always crack up on movies that do that. They just like brush over the details. They're like,
Right.
let's just go with it. Like, yeah, so there's vampires all of a sudden. Big
I
deal.
know. He was so like, whatever. That's cool. He's still my bud.
Yeah.
It was really
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. They
Speaking
had some loyalty for each other.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of vampires, how effective do you think Lothos is as a villain? Like, is there any way to take this man seriously?
I'm
Like,
nodding my
even like
head.
on a pure narrative level, like, is he like he's supposed to be terrifying, but I don't get that vibe from him, and I never did. Not even when I saw this as a kid.
Yeah. He
Have
wasn't
you?
terrifying. No. I don't
Yeah.
think he was terrifying. I don't think he was hot. We already had that conversation.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. I'm not sure where they were going with him. Like, and it was really weird because they made it sound like so he kills every iteration of the Slayer. But then I was kind
Right.
of like, is he kind of into her? Like, does he want to turn her? But it was not hot that he wanted to turn her. There's some
No.
of them movies where you're like, oh yeah, go for it. You're
Like
like,
Jerry Dandridge.
yeah, Jerry Dandridge, perfect example from Fright Night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, go for it. Bram Stoker's Dracula. You can see the weird
Mhm.
attraction that's going on there.
With the
But
vampire.
oh yeah, Interview with the Vampire. I was even into
Yeah.
Vampire Diaries. Speaking of vampire
Oh,
teenage
yeah.
TV shows, even though I was already older, right? I wasn't the right target group, I think. Anyway, I don't think he was villainous at all. I don't know what they were going for with him. I think they were just trying to make him like overly campy with his poofy
Yeah.
hair and
It was very
you know
theatrical.
that was it. Very Count Chocula
Yes.
theatrical. Yes,
He
like
he kind of looked like Beethoven.
I hadn't
The
seen
way
that.
his hair is and like his outfit, he totally looked like Beethoven.
I could see that. Yeah, kind of Liberace vibes with the flashy clothes. I don't
Yeah.
know. It was like
Yeah.
that. It wasn't like the same sort of it was almost like Las Vegas Elvis flashy. If that makes any
Yes.
sense. That sort of like how you said, very theatrical. Like
Yeah.
not movie theater, like on the stage
Yes.
theatrical, over
Yeah,
the
like
top. So maybe that's where they were going. I guess we had to talk it out.
yeah, I agree with you. I definitely can see that. And then especially like with the dream sequence where Buffy has this weird dream, but it's like for real. Like it's very lucid, right?
Yeah, yeah, okay. So was that real when she's like leaning on him and all that? I didn't know. It was like they do that in a lot of vampire movies
Yeah.
though, where their dreams, I was like, is it a dream? Is it not real? Are they in their head in
I
their
think
dream?
yeah, like is he in his head? Like that's why I said it was real because he's like trying to mess with her mind. But
Mhm.
yeah, that was giving some like raunchy VH1 music video vibes, like Chris Isaac, Wicked
I see.
Game.
Oh my god. What's that
Yeah,
one? I'm picturing the what the song. I wouldn't even try to
yeah.
sing it. I'm gonna ruin
No,
it.
I I've been sick, so I'm not singing anything right now.
She's got a really good singing voice, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, let's talk about Merrick. What are your
Okay.
feelings about him? Do you like him? Is he a likable person?
He's eventually likable. Like I said, or she even tells him showing up and she's, what are you doing here? The first time she meets him is weird. And then he like stalks her and shows up in the locker room. She's like, this is a place where people get naked.
Yeah.
Rolling around in the trench coat. He's got he's like Inspector Gadget, like his whole outfit.
Yes.
He's rocking the Inspector Gadget outfit.
Right.
But then and he doesn't like her at first, right? He's even kind of putting her down that she's more into her clothes and cheerleading, but he becomes likable. And I think they did that on purpose. I think they made him kind of brash at the beginning because he
Mhm.
wasn't fond of her. And as he becomes more fond of her, I became more fond of him as a character. And I looked at it more like he's her grandpa or her older uncle
Yeah.
that's like getting her prepared to go out into the world and slay these vampires. So I eventually liked him. I also favor Donald Sutherland. I favor all the Sutherland. I like him and his son.
Yeah.
I think they're both we've we've talked about Kiefer.
Yeah,
I think
Kiefer.
they're both pretty hot guys in their younger days. They didn't look terrible in their old age. They don't Donald didn't look terrible in his old age. Kiefer still don't look terrible. That I like their voices. I'm sure that
Yes.
helps. They got this seductive
Yes.
voice, even though he's not playing that seductive type because he's her. What do they call him? Her watcher.
Yeah.
He's there to help and guide her. But yeah, I think he grew on me. At first, I thought he was weird, and I think that was done intentionally.
Yeah. I think like I agree with you. He becomes likable, and when he is killed, surprise, surprise.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, Buffy has real emotion. And at first, when I was rewatching, I was like, wait, has it only been 2 days and you're crying over? Like, I'm really confused on the timeline.
It was
Like,
confusing.
is it a week? Is it 2 days? Like, it goes really fast.
It does. It felt like I say a week, and it actually felt a little less than a week. It felt like
Yeah.
she did her first kill at the cemetery, and
Mhm.
then she's running into the other guy. And then it just feels like all of a sudden she's buying her dress for the dance, and yeah, the
Right.
whole thing felt. She's training in between, falling asleep, hanging out with the crazy principal.
That guy was hilarious during the dance.
Yeah.
He's like, detention. I'm writing
Detention
you up.
slips all around.
I'm writing you a detention slip. Like,
Yeah,
he was
that
super
actor's-
pissed.
Yeah, that actor's great. He was from like Office Space, and
Yes,
gosh, I can't remember.
yes.
He's been in a lot of stuff too. I don't think we talked about him, but
No.
yeah, I didn't. The
I love
timeline
him.
was a little. I guess it didn't really matter, but it was a little muddied. It felt like really fast. But yeah,
Yeah.
she did get pretty emotional for such a short time. But I guess they spent a lot of time together when they were training.
Yeah, guess so. Man, she was athletic. And every time she was going after someone, I'm like, do you have to do a front flip? You can actually not do a front flip and kill that guy.
You could just go and just
boom.
yeah.
You don't have to go tumble, split, somersault, cartwheel, huh. Like,
And they had the sound effects too. Did you catch it? It'd be like, yeah. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm probably not doing. You probably nailed it better on the mic. Yeah,
I don't
It's
know.
like-
I don't know.
I was like, are they? Every time they did it, I pictured like a rope, like spinning. I'm like, is somebody
Right.
gonna? I'm not a cowgirl. Somebody gonna lasso something real quick?
right.
Look at this.
I'm like, this is so ridiculous, but I think that's so intentional where you're just like, what is up with this chick? Like, why? What is
It's part of the
happening?
camp, right?
Right. And I
Yeah.
definitely laughed more than I expected to on the rewatch.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I found it funny. I laughed a lot. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's got some funny parts. Like I said, it's just picking up on like it's a different type of humor.
Yeah,
It's not in your face. It's more like that cheesy, campy humor. Then it was like, okay, once I thought of it that way, I was like, okay, then I was laughing more. There's a lot of great lines in it, and that helps too. I love
Oh,
I
yeah.
love things that she says about not breaking her nail. She's
Yeah.
like my keen fashion sense. She's like, you broke up on my machine.
Yeah.
And my favorite is, of course, when Luke Perry's character Pike, when we were talking about his friend floating in the window, and he's like, "You're floating. Come on, man, get away from me!" Like he just says it so like, "Oh man, like how
Yeah.
dare you?" Just like this is just everyday thing, and I think that's what was great. Is it's just like, it's not like, oh man. You think if your friend was a vampire, you would lose it. You'd either be like
Oh,
crying
yeah.
or you'd be like, "What is going on? Am I going crazy?" Nah, he's
Right.
like, "Oh, come on, man!" Like just
He's just like,
The
oh, Benny's at
teenager-
it again.
yeah, like the teenagerness of his voice is like, I swear he's just playing Dylan in most of these because he says
Oh,
stuff, and
yeah.
I'm like, this is just Dylan, like hanging out with his buddies.
You know what I thought was well, yeah. You know what I thought was wild? Like, Pike's supposed to be in high school and he's a freaking mechanic. Like, what?
Was you?
you
I
work-
don't know.
You work at a mechanic. Like, I was really confused. I'm like, are you in vocational school? Like,
Yeah,
what's
well,
going
that's what I
on?
wondered. I thought, was he supposed to
Yeah.
be old? I actually was wondering. I'm like, is he out of high school? Like, I'm like, maybe is he that creeper guy? Like, he's a year or two too
Oh,
old to be hanging out with. Like,
Maybe.
I was confused, or I was like, and that's kind of why I also thought too, though. But maybe he is in high school and he was like from the other side of the railroad tracks, as they say,
Right.
because it's like maybe he's a dropout and like he has to
Oh,
work because like
maybe.
there was no mention of his parents. Like, whereas Buffy has like
Right.
again parents of the year. We've had many parents of the
Oh,
year
yeah.
on this podcast. Like they're more concerned with their social lives than they are with like taking care of Buffy. They're like whatever. Like they don't even know her
Yeah.
boyfriend's name, but he's like at the house. He's gonna end up like staying the night.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
call him something else. I forget what they call him, and he's like, "What? That's not my name."
Yeah.
And
So I
Buffy's
wondered
like,
about
she
that.
doesn't even know my name.
Yeah. I wondered, is he in high school?
Right.
Or is he recently out of high school? Or is he not and it's not to put him down for it. Like maybe he's
No,
not as
no.
serious of a student because he's got to pay bills and be a young person. So
Well, I
maybe
was
he
just
doesn't go to, or I would assume he didn't go to the same school if he was in high school
I was just
because they acted like
confused.
they didn't know each other. Yeah.
Right. I was just so confused because like when their first encounters at the movies and Buffy and her friends are being obnoxious and pisses off Pike and Benny, and like there's just no like clear distinction of like, do they know each other before, or I guess not.
It didn't seem like it.
I
No.
didn't even I didn't think about it because like then you see him at the mechanic and I'm like, wait, is he supposed to be a senior in high school and working at the mechanic? Like I was really confused.
Yeah. I mean, I know some kids have like McDonald's after school
Yeah,
jobs, but
yeah.
I'm like, dang, that's a full on like
Like that's a
skill.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, where did he learn this skill? What how old is he? But then again, they're 30-year-olds playing.
That is definitely
35.
a trope.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously, the best scene, in my opinion, is Paul Reubens' death scene. It is so epic. I think
Yes.
like who can't agree with that,
Yeah.
honestly.
Is great.
So good. Oh, I was just gonna say, like, he really hams it up, and that really plays into like his comedic timing is just so on point. And I think like if he didn't have this part, I don't know if it would be as funny.
No, because it's the most memorable thing. When you
Yeah.
picked this movie, I was like, oh, Pee Wee Herman's death, even though he's not Pee Wee Herman. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
can't help. We're going to always call him Pee Wee Herman, just like we're still
Right, right.
calling Luke Perry. I wasn't just like we're calling Dylan
Dylan.
Luke Perry, just like we're calling Luke Perry Dylan.
Right.
Yeah, that his death. What was his character's name? Amelin? They don't ever actually
Emmeline.
say, do they say
don't-
his name?
I
Or do they
don't
just
recall.
put it in the credits?
They just put it in the credits. I don't recall anybody calling him a name. I could be wrong, but it says Emmeline.
Oh yeah, and it's the most epic scene. It's immediately what I thought of. I just love his like, oh, that hurt. Oh, and it's so good that like he still do like I love you get like the movie ends, you get the credits rolling, and then they go and they
Yeah.
show some more stuff, and then he's still oh, and it's like I swear Family Guy stole that idea. Like every time Peter like if I don't know if you watch Family Guy, the character Peter Griffin like. Every time he like stubs his toe or does something, he's like, whoa, oh, he's like extra about it. He's like, I mean, because it does feel that way when you initially stub your toe, but like he takes it above and beyond.
Oh
and, like,
yeah.
it is so great. Like every time you see it, like it doesn't lose its humor watching Paul Reubens do that part. And I heard he improv. I couldn't verify that. I read that somewhere, but it wasn't from like from his an interview or anything. So, but it seems like he would.
I saw it on his like that documentary that came out about him. It's on HBO.
I need to watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a part of it, and then like, oh gosh, it was so good. And yeah, they talked about him improving that, and it's just so epic, and it makes me love him even more. I was a big Pee Wee fan when I was a kid. I freaking loved it so much, and I will always be a fan of his. I know he has had really bad things against him. We're not going to get into that, but
yeah.
You know, I just
he paid his time. I'm a big firm believer. It's like, well, he paid his
nobody's
dues
perfect,
for his crime. Yeah, we're not here to excuse people's behaviors. We'll acknowledge it, but we're not going to punish the whole movie for it. But as an artist, yes, I loved Pee Wee Herman. You know, the dinosaurs aren't far from me. You know, we go there, we take my son, and we're like, tell him Large Marge sent you. I love this movie. The character Pee Wee, he did so good in that, and he did a lot of improv with that, and he wrote a lot of those sketches, and just I mean, Paul Reubens coming up with that character. I think he came up with it when he was in the Growlers, which are an improv troupe where he was with Cassandra Peterson. I'm like, we're going off on a little tangent here.
Right.
Was part of that with them, and I think he helped Cassandra Peterson come up with the Elvira character, if I remember.
I think so too.
Because I read her biography, her autobiography.
I'm pretty sure she was in the documentary as well.
Yeah, they were good friends.
Sure. Yeah, they were really good friends, and David Arquette was in it as well. Like they were best friends. Yeah. So if you should watch it, if anybody's a fan of Paul Reubens' Pee Wee Herman, please watch it. It is so good, and have a pack of tissues because I cried.
Oh, that's part of it's on my watch list. It's just a matter of me sitting down and watching it. But Yeah, that's
Yeah.
taking it back to the movie. That scene is
Yeah, yeah.
hilarious. Just the way his facial expressions, the way he's grabbing himself and he's falling
Yeah.
over, and he's like, and then like in the credit scenes, he's like leaning by the stairwell, and he's still like, oh, like I
Oh,
love it.
it's so good.
It's my favorite part. Like you said, like I said
Yeah.
earlier, when you brought up the movie, I was like, Paul Reubens, gotta watch this. I'm down with it because I remember that funny death scene. So I love that part. I love that
Yeah.
they had him in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that really makes the movie because there's not a lot of like crazy special effects like Lost Boys and stuff. Like that was wild. The death
Mhm.
scenes and stuff in Lost Boys. But yeah, we needed that. The movie needed that for sure.
Yeah. What
But
did you
yeah.
think? What did you think about? And I think it should be its own character. What did you think about Luke Perry's soul patch?
Jeez.
I didn't warn you on that one because sometimes we have prepped questions. I was not. It got bigger in some scenes.
It seriously
was its own character.
evolved. It evolved. Like, what do you think its name was?
Oh, no, now you got me. But I just love that he finally shaved it. But yeah, I'm like watching it. And Paul's like, did his soul patch just get bigger? And I'm like, it is. Like on the van scene when he takes off what's Paul Reubens' arm, right? On that scene, like, look, it looks bigger. Then next scene, it's like back to being small. It's like, what the heck? I'm like, they couldn't afford it good.
It was like evolving as the movie went on, and then it's just like gone. That was wild. Just shave it off. I was never a fan of that, like soul patch. I'm more of a, if you're gonna have facial hair, just have a whole dang beard kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no, whatever, do what you want. But yeah, it was wild. It was like changing shape. I think I would name it.
Yeah, I'm not into soul patches. It looked like a merkin. I don't know if you know what a merkin is.
Girl, I know.
I didn't know. Paul had to tell me. I was like, what's a merkin? He was like trying to explain to me. He's like, I can't really explain it because the toddlers are And then later when he wasn't around, I was like,
everything.
Oh, so you guys could go Google that. Go Google that shit, listeners.
You could buy them on Etsy. Could you imagine? I started an Etsy store.
So according to Paul, the merkin was its own character. I was like, oh, the soul patch. Oh, when I looked up what it was. So if you're sitting here wondering what's a merkin, I'm not going to share that on air.
I think its name is Larry Merkin.
We want this to be able to go out to, we don't want to be on YouTube and limit our audience by explaining what it is.
No. We
So
don't want.
Rest in peace to Luke Perry's soul patch, aka the merkin.
We love you, Larry Merkin.
Larry Merkin. I'm dying.
Oh God, my palms are sweating.
I'm like
I'm a hot mess.
Because I'm dying from the laughter.
So good. Well, I'm so excited we cover this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and this was the perfect way to celebrate my family initiation, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Welcome to the Dreadful Dialogue.
Yes,
it's so good to have you here.
Thank you. Ooh, Anyway, thank you.
Yeah. Well, with that said, everybody, we hope our dialogue wasn't too dreadful for you. And you can find us on social media. We're on Instagram at Dreadful Dialogue Podcast. We also have a website, dreadfuldialogue.com. Leave us a review. We haven't had any reviews in a while. We see you out there lurking and listening. But leave us a review. We'd really appreciate it, whether it's on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or if you're watching us on the YouTubes, whichever.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Kristen.
Thank you.
And everybody else, have a good one.
Bye.